Transfer show here on the Football Martin channel. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. It's great to have you here with me. There's loads to cover in the transfer show today. Lots to talk about. 2 potential targets. What's the latest on Tyler Dibling? I've been catching up on that this evening. So I do have a little bit to bring to you around that Everton bid and whether they're going to come back in for Tyler Dibling. It's been a fascinating one, hasn't it? The whole Tyler Dibling story I find absolutely fascinating right now. This broadcast is being broadcast both on YouTube and TikTok. If you want to interact and get involved in the comments box below, please do so. Thank you for everybody tuning in. And if you're tuning in on YouTube, we will be using the comments in YouTube as a point of topic of conversation in the back end of this evening's show. Really looking forward to this one. Loads to cover, like I said. And we've been talking about 2 players in particular for a period of time now, because I'm going to kick off with Eduard Spertzian. He has been linked with Southampton for a good period of time now. We're going to find out a little bit more about him. I've been looking at Saints statistics this evening, having a little look at what they did. A brilliant thread on him. I totally recommend going and looking at that on X. But what do we know about the young man? Well, it's been reported that Southampton have lodged a bid of a nearly £11 million for the player. He's a 25-year-old, plays in the number 10 role, but he can play out wide on the right-hand side as well. But he is predominantly a number 10, really, from what I've read. He spent all of his career, not the majority of it, he spent all of his career in the Russian Premier League. He's been playing for Krasnodar, if I pronounce that correctly. Hopefully all my pronunciations are spot on tonight, because I spent a period of time trying to get all these pronunciations correct. But Spertsyan is a natural number 10, they're saying, and he's known for his versatility. He has been named the Russian Premier League midfielder of the season twice, and last season he contributed to a whopping 18 goals and assists. Will Steele is very, very keen to bring in a number 10. We all know that. We've known that for a while now. And he did play this evening because they have been in action tonight, have his club Krasnodar. And he played his 150th appearance for them this evening. And he was asked after that game about his future. And he had a few words about it as well. He said that he's going to be speaking to the president. They have had a bid from Southampton by the looks of things. And he said, it's too early to talk about my departure, but it's serious. There's a proposal. He said he's going to go to the club, talk to the president, and we'll see what the decision is, and then we'll make that together. That's what he's had to say after their game this evening. So very interesting on that one. So what do we know about the player? Because like I said, Saints Statistics have done a really good thread on it, and they've had a bit of a dig into him. He's a very good dead ball taker as well. Set pieces, he's really good at. This could be a really good signing for Southampton. He had a really good season last year, played 35 games in the league. He got 11 goals and 6 assists over in the Russian Premier League. And he looks like, from what they're saying, he is a little bit weak in duels. 45% of his duels he won. Only 32% of his aerial duels he won, according to these stats that I'm reading from Saints Statistics. And it's no secret, loads of clubs across Europe have been looking at him. He's been paying back his childhood's club, where he's been for many, many years. And he basically, he's been really loyal to them, and he hasn't wanted to leave till now. But this is a serious offer from Southampton. I'll get all your reaction in the comments box very, very shortly here on the Football Martin channel. Appreciate you all tuning in. So could this one happen this summer? Well, it could do. It remains to be seen if it's gonna come off, whether he'll move to England. It's a big move for him, leaving his childhood club. But it remains to be seen in the next couple of weeks whether that bid that Saints have made for him is going to be enough. Right, I've got another story for you. I do a bit of work with Football League World, and I read all their articles, and they often drop me messages with some of the stories, and they ask me for quotes. and thoughts on it. So if you're not reading Football League World, it's actually becoming a really good source of transfer news, transfer speculations, and they are picking up now a few exclusive stories as well. And they had one that they asked me for my thoughts on it yesterday, and again this morning around Jack Rodoni, because Coventry City have had a bid from Southampton. It was rejected according to reports a few days ago, and they were saying to me this morning, Football League World, that Coventry have placed a £15 million price tag on the player. Will that put Southampton off? This would be a massive statement signing if this one was to happen. But £15 million is the price tag they have put on the player. And they say the next 48 hours are considered crucial for the deal to be reached. There's not a lot of time left in this transfer window. 13th of August now. The time is ticking to get deals done. He is a very, very strong attacking player. Travels with the ball. We spoke about him loads on the channel over the last couple of weeks. A player that I'd love to see us get in. Whether we can pull this off, it would be a massive statement signing for me if we could get Jack Rodoni in, because I was super impressed with him every time I watched him play last season in the Championship. So we will keep an eye on that one, but they say the next 48 hours is critical in that deal. Right, I'm going to get you guys involved in the comments box below here on YouTube. Let's get all your thoughts, because I'm keen to hear what you're saying about the potential targets. What are we thinking? What are we saying? What do we have? Right, 2-2 Spurs. I've not looked at too much of the EFL Cup tonight, actually. I've had a night getting ready for this transfer show. I've not watched loads of football, but I'm looking forward to the Premier League return on Friday night. Very, very much looking forward to that. Right, what do we have in the comments box below? Martin, how's your evening going? Well, it's going okay so far. Is there any truth in the rumours of Dusan Tadic? No, I believed he signed for someone, so I think that is never going to happen around Tadic. Cannot see. Yeah, I think he signed for someone. I don't know who he signed for. Someone will put it in the comments box below and confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that he has signed for someone already. We'll come on to the Mateus Fernandes story shortly. I can see that in the comments box below. We will also come on to this one around the valuations on Dibling and Mateus Fernandes. We will get all over that very, very shortly. Sassy Saint, thank you for tuning in. It was great to meet you at the weekend. Absolutely superb to meet you. A lot of people saying they would think we will sell Dibling so we can reinvest some players, and I think that's going to be pretty critical, isn't it, to come up with a deal for Tyler Dibling. And that story is on the right hand side of your screen, because it has been reported that Everton have walked away from that deal for Tyler Dibling as it stands. I was listening to a Merseyside BBC reporter just before I came on air this evening, and the young lady gave a very good inside scoop on it, really. It was an exclusive, really, to BBC Radio Silent, but I did get all the details from it. And she went on to say that obviously there was a bid rejected last week. I believed it was around 45 million plus some add-ons. They're going to return apparently with another bid to another report I read. But according to this BBC reporter today, she went on to say that they've walked away from it for the time being, and they are looking at Hutchinson at Ipswich Town as a potential signing. So as it stands, unless the player decides that he really, really wants to leave Southampton, she doesn't see them coming to the table at this moment in time. So it will need the player to force the move. At the moment, from what she was saying, that Tyler Dibling is not trying to force any move at Southampton. He is training away from the first team squad at this moment in time. And it remains to be seen whether there's any other clubs that do come to the table for Dibling. But at this moment in time, it does look like Everton are looking at other players. And Hutchinson's definitely one of those. He's a good player, Hutchinson. I like him. But I think if you look long-term, Dibling could potentially have the better future, in my opinion. So Amari Hutchinson is what Everton are looking at this moment in time. And yeah, it's going to take the player probably to really force it if he wants to really go to Everton. Right, what else do we have on the transfer show this evening? Well, we spoke about it in the live watch along last night. Mateus Fernandes. West Ham submitted an opening bid for Fernandez yesterday. It was in the region of 25 to 30 million pounds, and that was firmly rejected by Southampton. And Saints sources indicate that they are holding out for a fee closer to 50 to 60 million pounds for the midfielder. So a lot of money. And it's been reported that negotiations are hard work. Well, they will be with Southampton. They're not going to roll over for anybody right now, and certainly not West Ham. They're going to have to get the big bucks out if they want to land Fernandez, in my opinion. Big bucks are going to be needed. Will they stretch that far? I still believe and still feel that Matteas will still be a Southampton player come the end of this window. Get involved in the comments box below. We'd love your opinion on that one. So yeah, please let me know. I would love to get your thoughts on that. Right. What else do we have on the transfer show this evening? I've covered the Tyler Dibling story. There was the Sam Adozi saga, which is fascinating me actually, how this one has been rumbling on. And it was reported yesterday that Adozi has been deciding between Strasbourg or Club Bruges. A decision should be expected within the next 24 to 48 hours. I read that yesterday, so the time's up on that, you would say. But Strasbourg have an agreement with Southampton, apparently, but Club Bruges do not. Let's see how that one unravels. But Adozi will definitely not be a Southampton player for much longer. Right, Armel Bella-Kotchap. Will Steele was asked about him yesterday in that post-match press conference after the 1-0 victory over Northampton Town. And that, boy, was some scrap, wasn't it? It was not a very good game at all. Credit to Northampton, by the way. I thought they really raised the game, really raised their game and really give Southampton a game. But Saints were really, really scrappy. But Steele was talking about Bella-Kotchap. He said he's currently not a part of his plans. No surprise there. He stated the player will probably leave. Well, you hope so, wouldn't you? But needs to find the right option both for himself and the club. So they're trying to move him on. I think it's going to be difficult, but he will be out the door by the looks of things. The squad needs thinning and out, and they haven't got many weeks to do it now, Saints. Time is ticking. It's the 13th of August now, and there's not many weeks left of this transfer window. Right, another story that has rumbled for the last couple of weeks. Another exclusive from my friends at Football League World, and they asked me for my opinion on this one this morning. It was around midfielder Will Smallbone, because the club want £8 million, but they are ready to unload the midfielder. Smallbone, a product of our academy, had a key role, didn't he, in that promotion season under Russell Martin, but his form and fitness in the Premier League was way short last season. And it looks like Southampton have slapped a whopping £8 million on Will Smallbone. We'd love to get your opinion on that one in the comments box below. Do you think that's too much for Will Smallbone? Will Saints move him on? The player is currently injured at this moment in time. So, yeah, he's not training. Obviously, not been involved in any of the match day squads. But £8 million is a lot of money for the young man. Right, we're going to get your comments back on the screen now and get you guys involved in the conversation if you're tuning in on YouTube. Thank you very much. It's great to be here this evening. Kian is saying £8 million is too much. I agree with that. Joe Aribo, a lot of talk about Turkish clubs very interested in him, Callum, but he doesn't want to go to Turkey. I wonder if Russell Martin and Rangers could potentially come in for Joe Aribo. Russell Martin having a really, really tough time at Rangers. Their fans are restless already. What a place to go and manage, by the way. Right, what else do we have in the conversation below? Well, we definitely, I can see Smallbone going out on loan, says Michael. Yeah, I think they're looking to sell him. I think they're keen to move him on by the looks of things. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, we'll wait and see in the next couple of days. Joe, thank you for joining us. Hi, Martin. Just wanted to let you know there are sources in Denmark claiming Højbjerg is in the early talks over a surprise return to Southampton. I haven't seen that, mate. I've got to be honest. I like the link. I think he's a brilliant player and would be fantastic in the Championship, but I haven't seen that story anywhere. If it does start to materialise, you'll be one of the first to for me to have seen that, and a lot of Southampton fans tuning in this evening. Over 206 of you here on YouTube. And there's another 50, 60 odd over on TikTok as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. Lots of people talking about the potential signing of Spertsyan, number 10, which is what we need. Really do want to see a number 10 brought in. Do want to see two wingers brought in for me. I'll be very, very keen on that one. What else do we have in the conversation below? What do we have here? We're talking about the Coventry midfielder, Jack Rodoni. Not in any rush to leave. Coventry loves it there. Coventry have set an initial price tag of 25 million. The Football League World today were reporting that it was a 15 million pounds price tag for him. They were saying that was an exclusive this morning for Jack Rodoni. And that they say that Saints, as of last night, Tuesday, had an offer on the table for him and talks were still ongoing, which is good news because I think he would be a brilliant signing. But from what we're reading, what we're hearing, that they want to definitely bring in both players that we've spoken about this evening. Hopefully I've got the pronunciations correct on everything. I have worked hard to get all my stats and everything up together tonight. West Ham. Alex is in. Alex, thank you for joining, my friend. Hope that you're well. Mr. West Ham Central has been embarrassing on Twitter regarding Fernandez. Yes, I saw his tweets today. I thought exactly the same as you. Are we looking at a goalkeeper? I would think after last night's performance of Alex McCarthy, I would feel a little bit nervous if Gavin Bazunu got injured. And I've got to say, I think Bazunu has been absolutely magnificent in the pre-season game that I saw against Brighton and Hove Albion, and also in the game at the weekend. I thought he was brilliant against Wrexham, was Bazunu. And McCarthy last night, I thought we had a little bit of a nightmare, really. Like a routine cross that he went for from a free kick and he managed to drop it. Not great from our number 2. So I think he's probably best. He could potentially end up being number 3 if Saints could bring another goalkeeper in. But Piers Childs was linked, but I believe that Sheffield Wednesday want a lot of money for him. So that's probably not going to happen. Right, last 5 minutes to go, on the show this evening. Piers Childs, just covered him, Ryan. He's just mentioned him that. Somebody said about the room. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. It's taken a while to put together. It's not something that's happened overnight. I absolutely love it, I've got to say. It's one of, it's taken time, a lot of equipment to make it as good as it is. And we keep adding, we keep putting new equipment in, and just hopefully it will get better and better. And that is the plan for it. Right, what else do we have in the comments box below? Do you think loaning out Shay Charles has benefited us? I think it has massively. Yeah, I do. I think it's Matthew. I think it's a really good question, actually. Really sensible question and a really good one. Yeah, I think he's really developed. I watched his performance Saturday. I thought he was really good last night in that first 45. He did okay against Northampton Town, but at the weekend I thought he just purred through the game. He was intelligent, and if you watch the club do the like the unseen footage from the day, and they do all the close-ups and stuff. I think it's uncut, unseen. Can't remember what the show is called now. But when you watch him and the way he played in the game, he was phenomenal. He's really filled out. I think that he's done in the world of good. It's a loan that's worked out well. There's no news on Tom Fellows. I haven't heard any more since last week. A target, according to reports last week, a top player, somebody I'd certainly like to see us go and sign. But yeah, remains to be seen whether that one comes off. I say remains to be seen too much. Right. Carabao Cup draw was made this evening. We didn't touch upon that one, did we? What a stinker of a draw it was, by the way. Norwich City away in the second round of the Carabao Cup. I think it's in 2 weeks' time. What a shocking draw for any Southampton fan midweek to want to go there. Not the not somewhere that that I want to go midweek. Not the easiest place to get to, and a lot of Saints fans heading that way this weekend when we take on Ipswich Town. Full preview of the game actually against Ipswich Town coming up on the channel Saturday morning. This one will drop. I've got Talking Town joining me for a segment on that show as well. We'll be looking at predicted lineup, score predictions, and everything as we head into the weekend. That game is on Sunday, obviously. What's your thoughts? Oh, it's a shocker. Matthews just said on YouTube, what's your thoughts on Birmingham 8:15 kickoff? Yeah, it's painful. I know it's in the Midlands, but yeah, isn't it on a bank holiday? Is it on a bank? It's a bank holiday, isn't it? The game, just painful, absolutely painful. What else do we have in the comments below before I wrap things up? We're talking about James Bree playing at right wing back. I think that is something that needs to be addressed. Is the right side. I didn't think Sigawara had a particularly good game tonight. If I'm on it, last night, if I'm honest with you, give the ball away. His positioning sense isn't great. We've been saying it for such a long time here on the channel, and when we've looked at him as a player, I just don't think he's quite been at it, if I'm totally honest. Not quite been good enough. Bree, I don't think, like you say here, Craig, I don't think he has that pace to play as a wing-back. We're trying to play this three at the back. We're playing Ronnie Edwards. And I was chatting to my dad about it this morning. We're not convinced that Ronnie Edwards is that settled at this moment in time. Trying to play in that three at the back, those three centre-backs. I don't know. I watched him last night. I don't think he looks very comfortable. And this was a player that had such a good season at QPR last season. It's really weird that he's not at it this season. It is really, really strange. So hopefully, they will sort of right back out, because I do believe they do need a right back. It's on my wish list. We will miss KWP. Absolutely, we will, Craig. We will miss KWP if we don't replace. And we have to. We have to bring someone in. Sigawara, I think, has proved now for long enough that he isn't quite good enough. A few people agree with me regards to Edwards. I do think that Harwood Bellis is going to push him for a space now, though I don't think Harwood Bellis will start this weekend against Ipswich, but I think he's nearing a return. And I thought, actually, though he played poorly last night, seeing he'd not played at any part of pre-season, he did look quite fit last night. I thought he did all right, to be fair. I think he'd be fine, and he will push Edwards, that's for sure. Quasi, for me, is a starter because of his pace. He looks so quick. Ben's in. Hi, Ben. How you doing, mate? Thank you for joining the live stream this evening, my friend. Sigawara against Wrexham was poor. We were set opposite him, and he struggled. Yeah, I totally agree. He felt like he wanted to come off. I think it's probably time to cash in if we can get a return on the investment. No, I agree for that. 3 centre-backs for Ipswich. I think that's a big conversation, a big topic to have. I don't think he changed system for such a big game at this moment in time. That's me being honest with you. I don't think he will change it. Our defending at set pieces is poor, and it needs addressing ASAP, and we need a confident goalkeeper to come and claim crosses, which is important. Bazunu looks comfortable when I've seen him play so far. I don't think last night you change a goalkeeper, change of Woods come in last night. You've mixed the defence up a bit. Once we settle back down and we get into a rhythm, I do think we will be defensively a lot better this season. My fear and my concern, like every other Southampton fan, is further up the field. I do worry about us further up the field because somebody's just asked me in the conversation below. There's loads of you in. I'll keep the stream going because there's 243 of you here on YouTube. So I will keep the stream going. If you're tuning in on TikTok, head over to YouTube because I'm going to end the stream on TikTok now. But if you want to go and join us over on YouTube, please do so. Right, it annoys me having I got a phone on with TikTok on it, and it's just full of like young people that just spam the hell out of it, and it is just really, really annoying. So yeah, just ended that TikTok stream. Right, what else do we have in the chat below? I want to keep it going while you're all here. It's good. It's a good time of night. It's like 10 o'clock. Everybody's chilled out for the evening, getting ready for bed. We've got a bit of Saints chat. Paul Coombs is in. Paul, thank you for joining, my friend. It's good to have you here on the channel this evening, my friend. Why don't Saints just get one good direct midfielder and one attacking midfielder to help our strikers? I think absolutely. I agree with it. I think we have a really good holding midfielder in Shay Charles, but I absolutely get. I think we need that 10, which I think obviously they're looking at. They're looking to bring in that number 10. Top man, Big P, good to have you here, mate. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube this evening. The Saints FC transfer show here on the channel, and we've got loads of people in, so there's loads of conversation. What else do we have? What do you think of Loftus Road? Just good question. No, I've Never been there, but I always think the atmosphere is good. I'm going to go there this year and watch Saints there. Whatever happens, I want to go there because, I want to, absolutely want to go check it out. That's for sure. Right, if you're just joining us here on the channel this evening, we will recap some of these transfer stories. I said I was going to end the stream a little while ago, but there's loads of you in, so let's keep it going. Lots of stories circulating. The big one around Everton walking away from that deal for Tyler Dibling. BBC Sport this evening down here on the South Coast, they had an interview with a reporter, a female reporter on Merseyside, and she had inside sources at Goodison Park. Well, not Goodison Park now because they're moving. It's going to take a while getting used to that one. But inside Everton, and they were saying that they are now turning their attention to Amari Hutchinson. And they're not walking away from this deal because of Jack Grealish, neither, from what she was saying. More of this story is on your ticker below. But if the player really does want to go to Everton and he really does push it, she believes that Everton will go back to the table. So it makes me wonder, does Dibling really, really want to go to Everton? I thought that was quite an interesting take from that interview. I have to be honest. Right, what else do we have in terms of transfer news? A couple of other stories that I brought at the top of the show. The first one about Eduard Spertzian, a midfielder that plays in the number 10 role. He is playing over in the Russian Premier League. Loads of talk around him now for some period of time. Armenian, and he is a 25-year-old attacking midfielder and has spent his entire career at Krasnodar. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. He has been named the Russian Premier League midfielder of the season twice, contributed to a lot of goals and assists last season. Will still apparently is a long-term admirer of the player. And the final other transfer story that I brought to you right at the very top of the show was around Jack Rodoni. Southampton are in talks with Coventry City for the midfielder, and the next 48 hours are considered to be critical for any deal if it's going to happen. Coventry City, according to Football League World exclusive this morning, say that Coventry City have placed a £15 million price tag on the player. We'll see how that one goes on in the next couple of days. Fascinating stuff at this moment in time. We know Tyler Dibling is training away from the first team at this moment in time as well. And we also have that story around Eduard Spertzian. Will he sign for Southampton in the coming days? It's been an absolute pleasure being here this evening. I do enjoy doing these shows. I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoy sit here talking to you. And it becomes a really good conversation as well, doesn't it? Coming up the weekend, we are doing a post-match show after a watch-along against Ipswich. I won't be there for the Ipswich game at the weekend, unfortunately, but I will be covering it here from my studio with a watch-along live. I've got Sky Go all linked in now, so I can watch it at exactly the same time as everyone else. So there's no delay in goals, no issues with that. So it will be slick and really smooth, hopefully. And if you're not going to the game and you want that second screen like many of us do on match day, you can join me as well. Right, Alex Chessel is in the live. Alex I know very well. Alex lives here on the Isle of Wight. Alex, hope you are well and your family are too. Who would you want in at right back if we were to sign one? Where's all the youth talent? We seem to keep buying all these players. Where are the youngsters? There's a big gap, Alex, in that academy chain. There has been for a period of time. I think Moses Sesse is the next one that's going to come through, but he's a midfielder. I'm not sure what they're looking at right back. I'll do some digging and try and see if we can find out, but there's been no links to any right backs. They need to buy one. There isn't anyone coming through from the academy at this moment in time that's going to break in. There seems to be not the players coming through. I do agree with that, Alex. I think it's a good point, actually. This evening we have a West Ham fan in, actually. Paul is in, Big P. He's a friend of mine from TikTok. We've got to know each other over the years. He's been on my TikTok a lot with me. West Ham pages are embarrassing themselves. He is saying, and he's referring to those tweets around Mateus Fernandez. Right, really good one from Sassy Saint, actually. Great conversation tonight, guys. Keep your comments coming. I'll keep the live going for a little bit longer. Where did you see the behind the scenes in the dressing room? Heard someone say there was some footage of his halftime talk where there was a little clip of the pre-match before the players went out, half-time and post-match, and you can find it all on the Southampton FC YouTube page. It's also available on the club's app, but I did watch it actually on our YouTube page, the Saints FC YouTube page. Absolutely brilliant, Will Steele. I've got to say, what he was saying to the players and how cool and calm he was absolutely tremendous. I cannot wait for the opportunity to try and sit down and have a conversation with him in person. We have gone for quantity over quality in the past, and it didn't work. Absolutely spot on from Paul here. We need to try and move on some of the players who are not even close to the first team before we bring a couple in. And I think that is the biggest problem, mate, now is how do you move Brereton Diaz on? They're trying to move him on. He played last night. He looked way short of being anywhere near good enough. In my opinion, he's got no pace. It looks like he's running in treacle, and he doesn't create anything. He had one half chance and fell over more times than he touched the ball. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of him, but I don't think any Southampton fan is. And from any Sheffield United fan that he spoke to as well, they're all saying the same about him last season. They said he wasn't very good when he went there on that loan. Johnny, thank you for joining the live this evening. I think Dibling and Fernandez are both worth 30 million. I don't think any more money. They were a part of the team that finished 12 points last season. I think you lot saying 50 million for Dibling is wild. I think Dibling, though, I think with Fernandez maybe differently, but I think with Dibling, if you can get the sell-on clause, because he's only had he's had a handful of games where he's been good in the Premier League. I'm going to be honest with you. He didn't really massively impress anyone last season other than in the first, quarter of the season where he started quite well. But I could count on one hand how many good games he had last season. But he's unproven. But he could go on and have a really good career. So, look, it's a difficult one. I hope he stays for his own development and has a year in the Championship with us. He needs to add goals to his game. He needs to add assists to his game. I think he has a lot more that he needs to work on. I think he's a good player, but I'll count on one hand how many good games he had last season. And I think loads of you agree with me. If you don't, get involved in the conversation below. I'm saying Man United at home, he was good for 45 minutes. He wasn't good in the second half. He's good for 45 minutes. I remember every game last season off the back of my hand. Ipswich at home when he scored the goal. He was really good for the first 45 minutes, but tired. He was brilliant. His best performance down at Brighton and Hove Albion. Other than that, where else did he really shine? I've only pulled out 3 games there. Newcastle, when he come on, he did all right. But Brighton's his best performance. And then Paul said that in the conversation below, and he's a West Ham fan. Dibling didn't impress under Juric at all. No, he didn't. He scored that goal at Palace away. But other than that, he was, I just don't think he set the world alight. And if you've got 40 million for him now, it'd be quite incredible, really. If you've got 45 million for him, it will be quite incredible. That is my thoughts on that one. Someone said about Nathaniel Klein as a potential right back. Is he still at Palace? I need to check that out. I don't know if he's had his contract. His contract's ended. I think he's still there. I don't even know if he's even become available. Right. Keep your chat coming. Last couple of minutes of the live this evening. When's the next 606 style live? That's a good question. I did those on TikTok a lot, and it worked quite well on there. However, I would like to bring that show that I was doing. So I was doing, for any of you that weren't watching me over on TikTok last year, at weekends I would do like a 606 style call-in show on the channel, and I let people come in. We'd have they'd get 5 minutes with me. We'd have a little chat, bounce things off one another, and then we'd go on to the next person. We used to get 10, 15 people that wanted to come on and chat and have their say about their club on this channel. But the plan is, not only am I going to do the fans forum this season, I will do the 606 style call-in show here on the YouTube channel, but it is slightly more complicated to get people in here because I use a streaming platform. So I'm looking at ways to do it and how we make it work, because it's very hard to vet people and you've got to be careful who you bring on and what they say. So the plan is, if you're interested in coming on at some stage in the next couple of weeks, I will set a date for it and a time for it to do it. I'm not sure when that's going to be right now, but I will probably look to do something potentially on Sunday, but it's a big day for content on the channel. But it will be, you'll be sent a link, and then you can come on in audio format. You don't have to show your face, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to come on and have your say here on the channel. So that is the plan, to bring some 606 style shows here to the channel, because they will go down really well. And if you did want to have your face on it, you can do. It's like no problems at all, but you need to be over 18 to come on. That is the rules. Right, what else do we have before we go? Last couple of comments I'd like to try and bring on before we go. What else do we have? Max Aarons, Russell Martin, Scott, Rangers. He would have been a good signing, by the way. Aarons, really like him. I really like him. Livramento went for 40 million. Dibling is in that bracket for sure. Yeah, the market's probably not changed much since then, has it, Robert? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a really good point, actually. That British tax on a player does notch things up slightly. Will West Ham come back with another offer for Mateus Fernandez? We'll see over the next couple of days. How many signings do I expect to see? A right back, a backup goalkeeper, that's 2, a 10, a winger, at least one winger, that's 4. I don't think we're going to get that. Yeah, the 4, 5. Definitely want to see 4 minimum. I don't think we'll get it. I'm not convinced by it. I'm not convinced by it. A good point by my friend Adam. Excited by Jack Rodoni and Charles partnership potentially. Yeah, I think it will. It could. I think. Yeah, I think it could. And if you kept Fernandez, it's hell of a midfield. It would be hell of a midfield. Talking about Fernandez, one in Prem football. Why not a loan instead? We've done that with Rambo. Could we potentially do it again? I am with Ben on that one. I do think 3 signings. I think we'll be lucky to get it. I really do. We got West Ham fan in. Thoughts on Fernandez, Paul? Would you want to see him? Is he a player that excites you? Is he a player that you want? Is there potentially, and it comes back round every time because Saints fans loved him, will West Ham want to offload Ward-Prowse? Is there a deal where there could be money and Ward-Prowse? A lot of people were talking about it a few weeks ago, but Big P is saying, Paul is saying, that West Ham's recruitment has been awful. Paqueta, it's not. Will he go? That's the big question. Our squad is huge down here in Southampton, so we're going to have to do some big work to get players out the door. Conversation's been brilliant this evening, Matthew. I totally agree. Loads of people in the live as well. Ward-Prowse has been made West Ham vice captain apparently, so I doubt it. Interesting one, Andy. I didn't know that. Very interesting. So thank you for bringing that to the channel. First I'd heard of it, so thank you very much indeed. Really appreciate this by Matthew Day. Hi Martin, love the content. Thoughts on the Dibling, Aribo, Armel Bella-Kotchap? Aribo will go. Bella-Kotchap will definitely go as well, I believe. We will, I think we'll see them out the door. And Dibling, if he really wants to go to Everton and forces it, I think he will probably end up there. Good chat here from Johnny. Johnny, thank you for joining us this evening. Thanks for getting involved, mate, in the chat as well, because your conversation's been really good. Some interesting points you made. Huddersfield signing Jack Rodoni a few years ago was class business. Not much money, athletic, good height, good technique, and will be a solid option for Southampton. Can play box to box as well as a 10. Yeah, real versatile, really good player. Coventry's best player, probably, you'd have to say. Ward-Prowse hasn't scored a free kick since he left Southampton. That is absolutely spot on. Right, it's been a pleasure to be here this evening. It's been absolutely tremendous. Loved it. If you're watching on catch up like many people do, make sure you get involved in the comments box below. Love your thoughts on the show. Hopefully I pronounced everything spot on tonight as well. Matthew's just made another really good comment before I end this live. He's just mentioned about a target man. Do we have an ideal target man? No, at this moment in time, Damien Downs certainly didn't look like a target man last night at all. I think, you remember Graziano Pella when he came to Saints? Really struggled early on. we're snatching at stuff, a bit like Downs is at the moment. Hopefully, he will start to score goals, Damien Downs, and it will start to flow. But I don't believe we have a target man in the door at the moment. We haven't replaced Shay Adams, in my opinions. Hopefully, Ross Stewart will come good. Hopefully he comes good. But we will see. Let's hopefully he can get fit. He was ill last night, so he missed out on that match day squad in the end. He was named on the starting 11, but he was taken ill in the morning, so he missed a game. But I do love Ross Stewart. I do think he'd come good. I enjoyed watching his time when he's at Sunderland. I do feel he has a big part to play if he can keep fit this time. Somebody said on here, Andy, thank you. You're new to the lives. First live chat. Yes, I do. I put it across my other social media channels. And if you're a subscriber here on YouTube, you can go and hit the bell and all the notifications. You can be notified when I go live. I also put it in the community page on my YouTube page. And I do try and share it on my Facebook page, my Insta. And I try and push it out there as much as I possibly can. I do forget some of my social media platforms at times to share it. But yeah, no, I'm live. Pretty much 3-4 times a week. Watch along for the Ipswich game. I'm pretty much dropping a video every single day here on the channel, so the content keeps on coming. If you're a Southampton fan, this is the place to be. Good night, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you in another stream very soon.